Right. Well, hi, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all fine on this miserable Sunday afternoon. It's the 24th of November, 2019, and I'm going to bring you the weather forecast for Kent for the week ahead. Now, they say variety is the spice of life, and this week is going to be one of those weeks. We've got a bit of everything in the mix this week. We've got an ex-tropical storm coming along, and it's quite likely we're going to end up with a cold snap. So I'll come on to that in a minute. Outside, it's cloudy. It's not been as good as I thought it was going to be today. Rather a lot of low cloud, and temperatures have been suppressed at around about 10 or 11 degrees. There was a thought that it would have been quite a bright day and temperatures could have got up to 14 degrees, but it didn't happen that way. It's been quite miserable. I think for the remainder of the evening, it's going to stay cloudy, and I think overnight the breeze will start to pick up. And then tomorrow we start on a very cloudy note, and it won't be long before rain pushes in from the west. A dull day tomorrow with outbreaks of rain at times. Some of this rain could be quite sort of persistent, some drizzle, some hill and coastal fog. And the breeze tomorrow coming in from the south or the southwest at around about 20 miles an hour. So it's going to feel quite breezy, and temperatures around about 11 or 12 degrees. So yeah, slightly above where we should be for the time of year. But yeah, that won't really feel the benefit of that due to the drizzle, the breeze and all that cloud. Tomorrow evening, the rain and drizzle does continue. It clears for a time overnight, and Tuesday starts on again a rather cloudy night. Might be a hint of brightness around in a few places, but it won't be long before we're looking towards the west again for another band of showery rain, which is going to probably push in from late morning, and that's then going to last throughout the afternoon into the evening. Quite heavy again for a time, and quite persistent. So another really miserable day. Brightness very limited, and temperatures in any brightness in the morning could be seeing again 12, possibly 13 degrees. But you really won't feel the benefit of it because once again, we'll be having the south or southwesterly breeze blowing in at around about 20, 25 miles an hour. So that's a force 5 to 6. Tuesday evening, the showers will die away, I think, for a time, and it will become dry again overnight, though. I think showers will persist close to southern coasts throughout, and it will remain breezy. No temperature-related problems Tuesday night. Temperatures falling no lower than around about 7 or 8 degrees. Now, Wednesday is the day of the ex-tropical storm. It's ex-tropical storm Tristan, and he is going to be pushing across the country. In fact, it's likely that his path is going to be somewhere between Cornwall towards the Bristol Channel, move out towards London, perhaps across East Anglia into the southern North Sea. Now, on the southern flank of this very deep low, 965 millibars, some of the models are pointing this particular area of low pressure at. On the southern flank, potentially some gales. So as well as rain on Wednesday, we've got the risk of gales, more especially in the channel. So this is something we just need to keep an eye on. So really the buzzword for Wednesday is cloudy, wet and windy with rain at times, heavy and persistent. Temperatures around about 10 or 11 degrees. So remaining mild because we're still bringing the air in from the southwest. But as I've said, very windy, gales, potentially severe gales in the channel with gusts possibly as high as 60 miles an hour. So this is something we need to keep an eye on. Track and intensity of the low is still yet to be determined. Once this low pushes out of the way on Wednesday night into Thursday, we start to bring in some cooler air from the northwest. So the low will be sitting in the southern North Sea. So after the legacy of all that rain and wind on Wednesday, I think Thursday should be a somewhat drier, a brighter, but a cooler day. Whereas we've been seeing temperature typically 11 or 12 degrees earlier, earlier in the week. I think by Thursday, we'll be struggling to see temperatures at around about 8 or 9 degrees. Essentially dry on Thursday, but with the risk of 1 or 2 blustery showers blowing through on that still quite fresh west or northwesterly breeze. Thursday night into Friday, possible that the winds could fall out, the skies could stay clear, and we could actually get a very slight frost, but a bit uncertain at the moment because I think it's still going to be rather a lot of wind around. On Friday, we're looking at potentially a dry and a bright day, a calmer day. A very weak ridge of high pressure will be coming in. So, yeah, not too bad a day Friday. I think patchy frost in a few places, and it may well stay dry all day. On Friday, with temperatures peaking again, rather cool at around about 7 degrees. Now, as we move towards next weekend, we'll have cold air in situ across the country. So I think we may start Saturday again with a slight frost. Another area of low pressure likely to be pushing in from the west or the southwest. across the English Channel this time just threatens the risk of some rain on Saturday. But again, confidence is low. Saturday could end up being a fairly dry and bright day with some sunny spells, but rather cold temperatures, again, peaking at around about 6 degrees. By the time we get to next Sunday, this cold snap I've mentioned is likely to be knocking on our door. The low pressure from Saturday's little disturbance will probably be sitting somewhere over Germany. High pressure will be building towards Greenland, and that brings us in a north or northeasterly feed. Quite cold. Norway's going to turn quite cold this week. So really, by Sunday and into Monday next week, we could well see temperatures struggling 3 or 4 degrees. So December starts with a cold snap. Essentially dry, essentially sunny, but with the risk of 1 or 2 showers close to those eastern coasts. And the air could just be cold enough for the odd wintry shower, but this is over a week away at the moment. Confidence is very low, but I think really we should be expecting a cold snap at the turn of the month. So that's it in summary. An unsettled week, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, particularly on Wednesday. Probably another 30 or 40 millimetres of rain this week. So we're going to close November on over 200 millimetres of rain. Essentially mild, but yes, it will start turning cooler from Thursday. And I think by the time we get to Sunday, as I've mentioned, we could be getting that cold snap coming in from the north or the northeast with the return of some night frosts. I'll be back later on with my written summary, but in the meantime, all have a great week. Look after yourselves and ciao for now.